Have you heard of farm math? We are about to teach you farm math right now, and it looks a lot like this. A homesteader might create a list of projects, and then for every one that you cross off the list, you add 3 more. And that's farm math. So today we're gonna kill a couple of birds with one stone. We're going to work on one project for our garden renovation, and we're gonna have a conversation about the future of the farm with you right here. So this is the quarterly farm meeting.
This is going to be a long one because we're going to be multitasking and we're going to get it through, but we wanted to bring you guys along. We're building these Vigo garden beds for our garden. This is a 4x8 bed.
Well, you do that side, I'll do this one.
Okay, perfect. All right, first on the thing, Goldie has had her baby.
Goldie's our cow.
Yes, Goldie is our cow.
Really important to talk about.
We really haven't made a video on that, you guys. I don't know why. I guess it's just because I am
doing it all yourself?
Well,
so Goldie had her baby, and we realized I'm allergic to the cow. I'm not allergic to cow milk. I'm just allergic to the cow. I'm going to sit up because it looks like I'm naked behind this. That's weird. So yeah, I can't milk the cow without having like hives and what else? Like crazy sneezing and like respiratory stuff. So we have decided
put that
to
on. Yeah, you did it right.
Keep the cow. Obviously, she's fantastic. I can still drink her milk. It's great. But we are. Wait, which ones go where?
The rivet. Put the rivet up top, so that's whenever you reach in.
Gotcha.
You don't scratch
use
your
it
hand.
on the little ones.
Yeah, so the rivet. I don't know why I'm calling it a rivet. The little, the
nubbin.
smooth one. The nubbin.
I would call it the nubbin.
The nubbin for the
How many?
top 2.
Top 2. Okay.
Top 2 nubbin.
So Bo is milking. I am filtering, and the kids are learning to milk. So his busyness is full of cow.
It's crazy.
All day, every day.
It really is. It's more than I want.
Well, and we got the cow for me.
I would do the bottom one so that. Well, yeah, I would do the top one and then the bottom one, and then you can adjust it. Because sometimes if you do it from there, it moves it too much. Yeah, you see. But she has her calf. The calf is gorgeous. I was a little nervous about the calf in the beginning because she was very skittish, like the most skittish. And now she's becoming possibly the least skittish because
she's so cute.
I think we were so nervous about it, and so we're, only the. I like what Patrick Bet-David says: only the paranoid survive. I like to bring things to the worst case scenario.
It's really fun.
So that it works out. Like, I feel like whenever you're lazy and you just hope for the best, sometimes things aren't as good as you want them to be. But if you expect the worst and you work to not make that the worst case, it usually works out better.
That's
so
very
goal
prepared.
setting, all of that stuff. We were thinking we were going to need to sell the calf because before she became skittish, that would be her highest value. And
you should be specific. You were thinking we were going to need to sell the calf. This is something that's been successful for our marriage in general. Usually I'm very laid back, go with the flow, and you are think of the worst case scenario, and somewhere in between our life plays out. But this is really good because we needed a plan, a just-in-case plan. Like, hey, the reality is we're first-timers. We're learning everything. We've had our cow in milk for a long while. We bought her in milk with a calf, and then we've done tons of nurse calves on this cow, which has been great because we can leave the farm and we know she's going to be healthy. But calving at the property, we've never done this before, and this is our first time like really experiencing the flow of a new calf. Not only do you have this new life, but like now your cow is in milk and you've got to figure out how to regulate that. You've also got to concern yourself with a very young calf and how her immune system is working and how much milk is she getting and is she getting too much milk because she's a Jersey. So there were a lot of like mental
Can you hand me one of those?
spaces taken up just from having the calf.
So we now like the calf.
We love her. We've named her Pumpkin, and we still call her Buttercup because that was the calf we used to have.
Well, because I call Everett Oliver. I call
yes. Anybody who has more than one kid knows that you're gonna confuse your kids' names.
Just do that.
So Pumpkin's precious. She's about a month old now.
I'm not sure.
We're doing it right?
Well, so we have the long ones and then we have the short ones. The short ones go in the middle.
Oh, the short ones went at the end.
How many long ones do we have? So there's 2 more long ones. Yeah, I think...
Long, short.
Oh, wait, hold on. So there will be 1 long here.
I guess it doesn't matter as long as we match them up. So
yeah,
which one
do a short one. Bo's
made more of these than I have.
Well, yes. Oh, wait. Should I have done a long one here? I don't think so. I think that looks right. Yeah, because then you can reach in. Yeah, that's right. We're good.
I guess it really doesn't matter as long as we just build it and then...
We're good. Sorry you can't see me over here, but you can see Kelly. So as you know, we're going down my list. We're doing a garden renovation at the moment. We have 9 more beds.
Well, thinking of the list, this has moved so differently because we were going to do this as a spring garden. And then between all of the changes we've done on the property and animals that we've bred and sold and everything, we have turned this into a fall garden reno. So things that we're going to go in this bed are like, we're putting garlic and we're putting onions and we're putting some cold weather greens. So really trying to sustain. Now that we've got this cow, we've got milk for our family. We've made some mozzarella, which is like a super basic cheese, but we're feeling very like Little House on the Prairie-ish.
I was talking about garden renovation. You went to mozzarella cheese.
I went to the purpose of the garden. And then, and who's mad about mozzarella cheese? Those are not my friends.
I'm not. Can you toss me some nuts? And I'm just like, that is the actual name of the hardware. Jeez, you hit my phone.
You put it in a bad spot.
Okay, so garden renovation. So, focus on how many beds. We're going to be doing...
A lot.
No, just say the name, the number. It is 9, right?
No,
it is 11. We have 11
You said it like I
beds.
was going to know. So I drew...
You
drew
gave me no
idea.
nuts. You just gave me a handful of everything. I need the nuts.
I don't know. I'm not going to pick them out for you.
Why?
Because I'm doing my own nuts.
You gave me all of those. You gave me 2.
So it's a lot of beds, but these are going up pretty quick. And we've incentivized our
These
children.
are not going up quick. They
We've
are
incentivized
easy
our
to
children.
do. They do take time, but we've been installing these for the last 3 weeks.
Well, but one by one, they're going up quick.
Of
it's
course.
just that it's not like, oh, we're completing this project quickly, which is the whole point of this video. There will never be an end to the project. So working them when you're available just makes sense.
And we absolutely love how these go together. We love how easy they are.
I do like how quickly it's come together.
And how they are.
Bo chose the color, but you haven't seen the color yet, I guess. Oh, it's right in front of you. It's like a gunmetal gray.
Did I choose it?
Very butch of you. Yes, you chose this.
You don't like it?
So
I think it's awesome. I think they look great. I think they look great.
I know.
I'm trying to see.
You're having a problem? Because I'd like to move on to the next.
I know. I like it to have like a... It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't.
Green is going to grow here.
I'm just saying, like, I like for the panels to go a certain way. I'm not saying that you're not doing it
I'm
the
doing
right
exactly what you did. Each panel is tucking under.
Yeah, we just have to figure out the other end. So we'll do that next. What's next on the thing? So garden renovation, that's coming. We're going to do a video on that.
You're going to need some edits in this.
No. The back pasture fence and water line.
Scooch it back.
There's a wall there.
You have about 8 inches.
When do you want us, Kelly, to finish and start working on the back fence? Like, when are you ready mentally?
Can we just hire a team to do it? That's what I'm ready for.
You want to hire
all
who?
the things.
You want to hire someone to do the fence
Fencing.
posts?
Yeah.
We could. I don't know how much that'll cost.
I know. That's not very homesteader of me. But the reality is I just want things to get done. Things are never done.
I can understand why you want things to get done.
Okay,
what I'm
what do you
asking
want
you
next?
is I want us to do the farm meeting
I know.
and actually get the move ons, because how much I love the YouTube audience.
As much as.
This is not necessarily for y'all and us telling you things. This is so that Kelly and I can work through these decisions
You got
while
front
I
row
have
seat.
her attention.
There are good things. So
when can you...
So the purpose of the fence is that we would let Goldie be in like a rotating pasture. So paddocks, smaller pasture. And then it would help to kind of restore our land from her manure and urine, and then whatever animals come and scratch in between it. And then we're kind of like building up integrity in the soil. It's a good move. It just needs infrastructure. So the fencing would give structure for Goldie to go back there. We may be spending some of our days milking in the pasture. Let's get a cute little antique milking stool. Let's accessorize this out. And honestly, we want to do it now because it's cooler months. A lot of people do their homesteading work based on the seasons. Like, you can't fight seasons, but the cool thing is we don't have a lot of snowy, icy season. So what we can do with Goldie during these fall and winter months is a lot more than we can even do in the heat of the summer. So if we were to do this in November, which
She is
next month,
procrastinating this.
I'm thinking it all through.
Okay.
I have a baby. I
You
don't
do.
sleep. My baby is a year old, almost a year and a half, but I still haven't slept. So my brain works that way, and I'm just going to be okay with that. November sounds good, but I feel like everything will come up in between because we'll get meat birds before then. And the question is, do you want another long one?
No.
And then a short one at the end,
No,
right?
I think we'll do.
No,
we'll
we
do.
would each do a long one, and then the short one at
Well,
the
yeah,
end
I
like you
haven't.
did.
Yes, I'm saying I haven't finished this one.
Do you want me to do another long one?
I think I want you to do that end
Okay.
so that we make sure that it's
It's just
correct.
math.
Sure. We'll do
So
a
that
long.
goes to the end, and then
Yeah,
we each
we'll
have
do a
one
long one.
Yes, thank you.
And then the middle one will be in the middle. So, my question to Kelly.
You're asking, when do we want to do the back pasture fencing?
Not necessarily. So, Kelly, you know how hard it was for us to do the water line.
Yeah.
That was a lot of drama, some emotions, because it's hard.
Whose
Because
emotions?
you, and the kids. I've like, it's your single parenting. Like, I
Yeah,
wake up.
But
and
we also did that in the summer when I couldn't just spend 4 hours outside of the day with the baby because it's so hot. We get a good 15 to 20 minutes in 100-degree weather.
You're saying we did the water line in the
Yeah,
summer.
we did
correct.
the water line in the hottest part of the
Of
summer.
course.
It was 105, and
Yeah.
then it felt like 112.
Oh, wait, hold on.
What?
Somewhere in the middle. That's why I like to do it the other way.
What?
We'll just undo it and we'll do the bars.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, do you want me to stop and just do a bottom
No,
right now?
I just like to build it and then do the rods once I know where it goes. So
I wanted there to be a
they
joke
probably
in
don't
there. It really wasn't.
recommend that. We didn't read the instructions for this because I've done this before. So yes, we did that. So just the whole question is, if we were to, like, when do you want me and the boys to tackle where you are doing Georgia and the girls every single evening until we get it done?
Yeah, I think November.
Okay.
Because it's halfway through October right now. Do we have all the supplies?
No.
So that gives us time to get supply.
Yeah.
And then it also gives us a chance to set up other things that need to be done at the same time, because inevitably there will be more than one thing that's required.
Which, like in this garden will be one of them. So, okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to finish the garden.
I'm hoping is done first.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yes.
good point.
That's what.
Look how well this is coming together.
It is coming together.
It is a lot like Lego. It's really fun.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do what we're going to do there is the 2 H braces, and then I'm going to do...
Bo, have you ever built an H brace before?
No. So that's why I'm saying, like, you're going to come along with us while I build my first H braces. Hopefully they work. And hopefully they actually do what they need to be.
Forever conversation when you do something the first time. But hey, here's to us being in our 40s, doing things for the first time.
Always. I'm going to be doing the middle posts. I want to do the Greg Judy type of posts. They're called timeless posts. They're a T-post that have pre-drilled holes so the wire goes straight through them, and they're white, and they're like a fiberglass that doesn't break down, and they're just supposed to be really good.
Them? Or it's like his system based on like really common items.
He likes them. I think, I don't know. No, he doesn't make. It's not his company. He is an affiliate of them.
But the irrigation is already running to the back, and that's been a cool thing.
Like we have water.
So we live in very central Texas, and our summers are stupid hot, but they're harder when you build on raw land like we did. Everything is from scratch. Hard doesn't mean that it's bad, and easy doesn't mean better. So we have decided, we're just gonna take the route of learning something new on the homestead every single day. And the H-brace is something new.
I'm realizing that you're going way faster than I am.
Because I'm really good at this.
You didn't do any of those middle ones.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry, keep going.
You told me to stop because you needed to put in the rod.
I did.
So learning something new, we did the irrigation, and then we learned, which we expected, but we learned that even on our rough, weird terrain that has sand and clay, we can green it by having water back there, which seems like a duh move. But when you look where we are, unless someone is growing pasture for hay, they're not irrigating. Even people who have cattle, they're not irrigating their property. They're not watering anything. So
some people are.
Well, if you
our friends are, the Hoopers are
there. If you go down our road, no one is doing that.
Well, yeah, our next door neighbor, they don't irrigate.
Right.
They're
so you take the hit when the weather hits, but it's been really cool just in the last few weeks of having water back there to see just how green it gets, because we usually only see that with rain, and I think the things that we're doing this fall are going to make a huge difference in next summer's drought. You're figuring out where the pole goes?
I'm figuring out where the pole goes.
Ba-dum-bum.
Why is this hard for me?
I'm not sure where your mind is at. So
those are ends there. I thought that this is supposed to be in the center somewhere. Maybe it doesn't go in the center?
The poles? What are you talking about?
So, yes, I'm saying we have an edge. So there's not like a center line.
No, because
so it just goes somewhere in one of these two.
Two central. Call it central.
The two. Oh wait, because you have two poles. That's why. They go in both of them. There's 2 full poles, and they both
I
go
think you're
here.
the only confused one, so
I'm not
yeah.
confused. I'm not confused. Why would I be confused? I'm
Not
good.
anymore.
I got this. Next in the line is, so yeah, we've been irrigating back there, and grass is actually growing.
So check.
Yes.
Farm success.
Permaculture on the property.
Segue. Did you see what I did there?
That is a segue, and somewhat of where we are wanting to take the Better Together Homestead channel for the next 6 months.
I think it's a
Take
year.
it away, Kelly.
This is my take on permaculture in our Central Texas property. So I think we sat down in the desperation of summer, and it sounds so silly, but I know that people in the north can have seasonal affectedness disorder or affected disorder.
Cabin fever?
Its acronym is SAD, and it's when the weather goes for so long that they never see the sun, you know, like it's so gloomy outside in the winter. We get that in the summer. Bo genuinely has to like use an oil or take a gummy or something to like lift his mood because it's so depressing being in the heat for so long, and it really does feel like we're like any effort that we make still feels like a bummer because it's just so hard to see anything take. Nothing's growing in the garden. Everything's harsh and scorched. So we had this kind of epiphany. What if we spend the next 12 months?
Meaning, should we move out of Texas? That's the big epiphany?
That was not the epiphany, but it was part of the SAD, the seasonal affected disorder. You're like, how do we buy in Tennessee? Do we need to move to North Carolina? Let's call our friends. What's on the market? What are the lots going for? And I hear that. It's also really weird to expose your Texan in the middle of that, where you're like, could people actually move away from Texas? Who does that? People don't move from Texas. We're Texans.
Our friends started calling me like, dude, you
Are
quitter?
you okay?
Are you? What a wuss.
So
like, you don't quit. It's just
summer. Get over it. So we decided we're not moving from Texas, at least not this summer. But what if we spent the next 12 months using permaculture to drought-proof our property? What would it look like in 12 months? Because it's been almost 5 years that we've lived here. And each year, hand over hand, we've seen success and growth in everything we've put our effort to.
I don't like this.
So, what? What don't you like?
I want to redo it because it's going to bug me.
Redo
Keep
whatever
talking.
you want.
Just keep
Can
talking.
you scoot some of those to me?
Yes. Talk about permaculture.
So what if we took our original desire to like green the deserts and we used permaculture principles over the next 12 months? What could we see happen? So we're going to do a little science hypothesizing, and we're going to say, hey, we know that when we put water in the back, that dry wooded land is going to be green, and things are going to grow and take root, and then we're going to have less erosion in the summer. So using those like little tiny successes, we're going to apply some major principles over the next year to drought-proof our property using permaculture. And I think that's really exciting.
So I'm off camera, but what I think of that, as really focusing on the zones.
Yes.
So meaning that we are going to figure out a way to fence off our house, and which we've already started with taking away the free-range chickens, and really focusing on zone 0 to 1, maybe not so much zone 0 but actually we would be getting more rain catchment, more rain tanks. We would really focus on some of those systems and start from the zone 1 and outward.
How do you think it worked this past summer, bringing all the animals into zone 1? Like, how did it affect you mentally?
I don't ever want to do that again.
Yeah, I thought you would be like, I am so glad we made this decision. It was the right decision. You're like, never.
Meaning, it's not that I don't ever want to do that again. It is the reason why I don't want to do that again is because we did not have systems to use our property the way it should be. So
yeah, that makes sense.
We didn't have water in the back for the cows. We didn't have water throughout for the pigs.
But I'm talking about the accessibility to
Sure,
the
it was helpful, but it
wasn't that big of a payday.
Well, no, it was helpful, but there was also no other way to do it. Like there was no choice.
We were
forced to do that. But it cost us a lot of money because we had to buy hay.
It was
We
bad.
had too many cows for our property, so they ate all the hay. They would go through an entire $130 mineral tub
What would
in
you
like
hope
2
to
weeks.
see then? So, like, let's say we're successful and we implement permaculture principles over the next year that help us drought-proof this 7 acres.
Yeah.
What would you hope to see
Well, so,
as a result of that?
So, in terms of that, I would hope to have the rotation of the cattle in the back.
Yeah.
And by the cattle, I mean cow and calf, like Goldie and a calf. So we're going to have to figure out what we do with Pumpkin at some point because this place cannot take 2 full-grown cows. It's just we don't have enough.
As is, or you mean in the future it couldn't?
Ever.
So you would never have 2 cows?
What I'm saying is I do not believe that our property has enough grass, grazing, for 2. I think she's having a realization of that.
Am I having the realization or am I just listening? Because I think we can.
I mean, you can. I'm just saying we're 60% forest here. So
But
our property can't,
60% forest on 7 acres. Your whole homestead inspiration was a 1 acre photo or like a 1 acre drawing.
We will have to see. Okay, I don't know where we left off. I'm asking Kelly. We were talking about how many cows we were going to have, and she's like mad that I am saying that our property can't take 2 milk cows, and yet currently she is not milking said cows at all. So what I'm asking Kelly, if you want 2 milk cows, who is going to milk these milk
the hope
cows?
is that we find solution for my allergies and that I am milking the cows. That was the goal, the plan. It was the entire ride up until I got hives and respiratory distress. So otherwise, we love our milk cows. I just don't like someone saying no before we even tried. In life.
How about this?
I haven't even asked us for alpacas, so you should just be good that I'm like...
We're not getting alpacas. They're a pointless spinner.
I don't think I want them anymore, but they're so
You
cute.
got a cow.
We'd have to turn it into a business.
No, we're not doing it. So my question is also, and I would do 2 cows if we had a milk machine.
I know.
Which I am currently thinking of a milk machine. So let's just keep on going. Permaculture that I have on my list is pocket ponds.
Yes.
We want to do some more pocket ponds to capture the water and help it stop erosion, stop it running off of our property. Meat chickens.
Yes.
When do you want it? That's not really permaculture, but it kind of also is. When do you want to put in the order? How about this? Will you put in an order for meat chicks?
I will, but let's think of the timing of this. Because you're bringing up the H brace, and you're like, Kelly, you decide. Well, if I'm the decider and I'm not the worker, most of the time I've got hours in the day that I'm schooling 4 different kids at 4 different levels.
Yeah, you won't be schooling during the H brace.
And then, no, we won't. Well, the other 2 I will be. And then we've got the baby.
The boys will be learning farm school.
And I'm learning to make cheese because we have an abundance of milk. So I have like a deep desire to replace our dairy. Although I did learn that like you have to be really patient to make cheese because the cheddar, like normal cheddar that we buy at the store, if we really want to replace that, it takes like 6 months.
I asked you about meat chickens.
I'm explaining why cheddar could delay meat chicken.
What?
I hope we did this right because if they needed long panels here, those are going to be too long.
No, you didn't. This is how it goes.
I trust you. Hey.
That's pressure.
Come back to me, boo.
Don't trust me.
Okay, so I don't know how long it takes to build an H brace, but I do know you're going to be super ticked off if you have to do chicken rotation and build the H brace at the same time. You'd be less ticked off if that's not an extra chore.
Well,
I imagine you liking chores to be back to back and not simultaneous.
no, I don't mind. I don't want to be building the H braces and butchering.
Okay, so
chickens.
then we want to butcher
'Cause
for Christmas.
That's
need
a
to
kid
order
job.
them tomorrow.
That's kind of a thought.
I can do that.
It's like we need to get.
Do you want me to order from my deal?
I don't see why not.
So we would just go pick them up.
Yeah.
We can do that.
I mean.
Like I can do that without you.
Now, well, I don't know how quickly they will be hatched. Like I don't know what that.
Probably all the time.
Maybe. If so, then that's great.
How many do you want?
I know. Well, we currently have, so unfortunately, some of our layers are in layer prison because they are escapers.
worst.
And
The worst.
So we got to figure that out. Those are probably just going to be in the crock pot. Like, it's just, we're just going to make some bone broth out of them because they're going to keep escaping, and I'm done.
And they're not laying.
So we have had, we probably had 2 weeks of no free-range chickens, and it is amazing.
Glorious.
It is so great. The lack of
Poo.
poop everywhere, the lack of, chickens just all
Up
underneath
in
your
your
feet.
business. They were unafraid.
Yes,
Like
they would
by
just
the
step
end
on
of
them
that summer,
every
they were
day.
like, "Oh, you're outside. Let me be under your feet so I can take whatever I want."
Having to
from
deal with them while milking was so annoying.
If the kids had a snack outside, it was chicken snacks.
Yes.
Like they were like, "That's mine now."
Yeah, they would just jump up and just grab food. So I love it, and I don't ever want to go back to that.
Are they actually turning compost?
Yeah.
That's good. So they have a job.
Well, you also wanted the foo-foo ones, so they're not
but
the
they
best.
are so pretty.
I don't care.
If you're pretty, you don't have to work as hard. It's just science.
What's next on the list?
Okay, we talked about how many though. So the question is, my thought is like
40?
60.
Okay.
Because if we had
There'll be some die-off.
if we had rough math, it would be like, hey, we'll have enough for one bird a week.
Do we want to try some turkeys?
No.
10 turkeys.
No.
We'll raise them with them.
Why? What's the point?
Where
When
are
are you
we
going to
gonna
eat
put 'em?
turkey in the middle of the summer?
Where are we going to put them? They won't go into the shed anymore. Where are we going to brood them?
It has to be on the porch.
It's going to have to be on the
I
porch.
hate that.
Okay.
We need a barn. This is the answer to everything.
We need a barn.
Want to get in the hot tub? I got to get a barn.
They don't understand the hot tub reference. Okay, so we're going to drought-proof our land. We need to start burning brush. So we need to start making some biochar.
Permaculture is so great. It's just so much work.
Well,
You could just be a farmer who burns it and then throws the ash somewhere.
It's just a little bit different.
I love burning things. You are not fun to burn with because you are like safety, and that's very important. It's very important.
Give me some bolts.
But when you are a reckless child who has fire and she just wants to burn things,
Well,
her responsible husband is a buzzkill.
when the burning cardboard starts flying on top of your roof, it's not fun.
Well, the roof is metal.
It's stressful.
It is stressful. It's stressful burning things with you. That's why it's not fun.
Okay. We got to do something with the dogs because we need to do
I feel like that was such a filler.
It was.
The dogs are fine. We do not need to do anything
We
with
need
the
to
dogs.
fix our front fence so that they stop
We need to
running
fix
out.
the front fence, but that's not just for dogs.
Pond.
That is
Hey, how about this? I weed-eated the dam wall, so that was good.
damn wall.
We did that. So the pond needs a lot of stuff. We need to trim the trees. We need to figure out some sort of aerator. I think, are you and I on the same page that the pond is on the back burner for now?
Well, there's not much we can do with the pond, but here's my question. Are we going to get bit in the rear? The longer we homestead, I find that it's not like a one size fits all. If your cow
Lift that up.
if your
We're going
cow
that way.
is struggling with milk production and you're a small dairy, you're going to find the answer in a text message with a friend who has a small dairy. You're not going to Google it. If you want to fix the pond, you're going to find the answer by walking around and finding scraps on your property that you're not using, and that's the solution.
Yeah.
So most of the time, it's not go to the store and find the kit that fixes it. Most of the time it is, what do I need to fix it? Let's find right size square peg for this square hole. Can this hole be square?
It is super ghetto. It is super
It's not
hillbilly.
ghetto.
It is redneck.
I think it's brilliant.
Deal.
I think it's like ingenious to engineer things. I mean, as long as they're safe. But everything we've done has been safe.
I'm so glad that you
I think it's so cool.
are attracted to my hillbilly redneckness. Okay, so fire ant. Oh, that thing?
No, here.
Where? Oh, fire
I
ant.
don't want you to get bit.
Tractor update. We've been talking about a mower and a grapple. As we're talking about everything else, I'm just going to gloss over this. I don't think we're going to be buying the grapple anytime soon.
I think it's too expensive. Well,
It's not.
it's not that it's, I hate that word. It's not that it's too expensive. We just have other priorities, and that
Correct.
can't be the first one.
I agree. YouTube update. This
had
is
a
the first
baby.
time.
I mean,
We
had a new YouTube
We've already
channel.
talked about that. Oh, that baby. Yes, yes. I didn't understand what she was talking about. Yes, we have a baby and we have a calf baby. You're talking about.
I'm talking about we had a YouTube baby.
We did. It was like a very weird, bizarre, long incubating YouTube baby. We didn't want to do this for a long time, not for any reason, just because it just didn't seem what we wanted to do. And now we're just like, hey, we need to do this because Better Together Homestead
needs its
own space to build its own audience, because we were the whole tiny house, shed to house thing. We were overlapping, and YouTube didn't really like it. Like, when I say YouTube, I mean the YouTube
algorithm.
No, the YouTube audience. I don't want to say
oh,
the
I see
algorithm.
what you mean.
It's
Yeah,
like,
you
it's
don't
not
want
the
them.
algorithm. It's the audience. It's like, I watch certain channels because I like what that certain channel does. And whenever it goes off, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing as us. Like, so we've already started, and it's already doing great. It's already successful.
Already gained an audience.
I know.
Already has a library or catalog.
Shed to House is an official YouTube channel. It's run by Kelly and I. It is more focused on the shed to house, small house, big land life movement. It's less about our life. We are the hosts of it, so you'll hear us and see us on there a little bit, but it's really focused on converting small structures into full-time living homes. And then that means that Better Together Homestead is
homesteading.
It's all about homesteading.
Well, I think really what we were saying is like, there's a lot of like, let me teach you everything. But we're also wondering, kind of like what we said with the cow, like, what does it look like for someone to be learning everything? I think learning is such a valuable skill that a lot of us forget that we are capable of. And we want to empower people to be learning all the time, whether it's, Everett and I are learning about the weather and how it affects everything from your mood to how healthy your home is. And then how we plant a garden in the fall, how we permaculture, use those principles to establish a stronger, healthier property than when we found it. Because the goal here is to steward this land well. So we have to be learning to do that, and we're going to share what we're learning with you guys here, and we're going to start sending it out in our email, where every week we have something that we've learned on the homestead, and it just feels like the summer has lifted, and all of our brains are clear again.
It is good. It is good. We still need more rain, though.
Maybe next week. I think there's a 50%.
That's good. That's good. All right, so we're going to tighten this up with the drill, and then we're going to go put it in the garden. We forgot to do the top part.
Where you want this to go?
Guess this is a tedious long shot, so. Being set somewhere. We'll fix that. But now you're able to start playing.
Yeah. It's great. Yeah, I definitely want those 3 over there. Putting them in before the other beds is going to be hard to make the other beds.
The what?
Because you've had so much space to do those perimeter beds.
I think we will try to set it correctly. But for you guys, little teas, all these, we got these cool circle ones. Then we have 3 of these long ones over here. We also have 3 more to make.
It's going to be awesome.
Of the skinny ones.
I'm super excited.
We are very excited. I love these circles. I think they are my favorite.
They just make you happy?
They do. I just think that they're cool.
They're really cool.
All right.
Good job.
Time to get back to work.